Right off the bat, I am going to just call out exactly what your brain is going to think about this episode. Your brain is going to listen to what I'm going to say, and it is going to say, nope, nope, that cannot be. It is too simple. There's no way that that actually works. There's no way that implementing this, the simple strategy, the simple approach, the simple way of looking at business, there's no way that doing that is going to make me successful. Because our brains, for whatever reason, I do not know why they're designed this way. Maybe someone who is more into brain science can shoot me an email or a direct message and tell me. Or I could have asked ChatGPT maybe before this episode, but let's be honest with you, I just don't even have the time or energy to be able to do that right now. Lack of sleep, very sick. I only have 10 minutes to record this episode, so here we are. All that being said, our brains want to overcomplicate everything. Our brains want it to be complex. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that if it is simple and we see results from something that's simple, we don't actually feel worthy of that success, whatever it might be. Maybe that's money, maybe that's Instagram growth, maybe that's I don't know, even setting up a funnel. If it's easier than we thought that it was going to be, we're like, oh, well, what did I do wrong, right? Like our brain wants complex because that's what it feels is needed for success in any area. And so for this, I'm going to be completely honest with you. It is simple, but if you view your business from this lens, it can completely change the way that you approach your business in 2026 because it will simplify things, and that is what's going to actually help you to scale. Now, this is something that I used in my business. It was middle of 2023. It was a random day. This was not like I'm going to sit down and do like a quarterly analysis or like a mid-year analysis in my business. If I'm being quite honest with you, I didn't even start to do any of that in my business until I was like in 2024. I really wasn't looking at my numbers in business, which that's a topic for another day, a podcast episode for another day of what numbers you need to be looking at in your business because you do. Please don't make the same mistake that I do. So that's again a topic for another day. But I was looking at my analytics in Kajabi, and I realized as I was looking through my analytics that 80% of my revenue was coming from 20% of the offers that I was selling. And at the time, I was selling anywhere between 10 to 15 different offers at a time. So I was rotating through them in my emails, I was rotating through them on my Instagram stories, I was juggling a lot of different offers, and it was a lot. When you have 10 plus offers and you are trying to market all of them at the same time on the front end of your business, it's a lot. Now, do I think that having 10 different offers that are strategically positioned in your offer suite through automations and different aspects, like not just on the front end, but on the back end, do I think that that's smart? Yes. Have I implemented that now? Yes. But at the time, that was not the case for me. And so I remember sitting down and looking at these analytics, and I was like, oh my gosh, 80% of my revenue is coming from 20% of my offers. Well, why am I spending all this other time marketing 80% of my offers that are only driving in 20% of my revenue? And so that shift alone has changed, I would say, actually the whole entire trajectory of my business. Because at the time, what I realized, the two offers that were making me the most amount of money, IG University and scalability. Well, guess what? What are the two main offers that I sell now in my business to this day? IG University and scalability. Do I throw in other offers here and there? Yes. Do I strategically sell other things on the back end? Yes. But that alone has completely changed the way that I market offers in my business. And so what I want you to sit down and do, pull out your analytics. If you are marketing multiple different offers, which offers are bringing in the most amount of revenue? Whatever that is the thing that you need to be selling at least 80% of the time in your marketing. I get asked this question a lot. How do I sell multiple offers at once on my Instagram stories, in my email? My simple answer is you don't. I mean, yes, you can. And we can definitely fudge that answer a little bit, right? But you want to spend 80% of your time marketing. So if we're talking about Instagram stories, if we're talking about I don't know, direct message automations, or we're talking about your broadcast channel, if we're talking about your paid advertising, if we're talking about your emails, if we're talking about your funnels, any place that you are marketing, 80% of that should be on one of those offers that is driving in 80% of your revenue. And it might even be one offer. It might not be multiple offers. So when you ask me, how do I sell multiple offers at once on stories and in emails? I'm going to tell you, you don't. You want to double down and spend majority of your time marketing. Again, 80% of your time marketing that offer that is making you the most amount of money. Now, what do you do with that other 20%? That other 20%, you can share affiliate links. You can share links to some of your other offers. You can use that to do launches and promotion, whatever you want, right? But majority of the time that you spend majority of the time that you spend marketing needs to be spent on that main offer that is driving the most amount of money. So again, you can start to see how this 80-20 rule applies to not just your revenue, but how you're marketing now. Now, also too, 80% of your revenue is going to come from 20% of your customers. 80% of your revenue is going to come from 20% of your customers. Now, what can you do about that? Well, you can reach out to those people who have the highest lifetime value, and you can present them with a unique offer. You can present them with another offer maybe that they haven't purchased from you yet. You can offer them something that's maybe more private, maybe like access to, joining into a mastermind, or offering them one-on-one coaching. If they've already spent money with you, they're the ones that are most likely to spend even more money. So now you can see that this also is applying to your customer base. So you can use this 80-20 rule in pretty much every area of your business to help you to understand where you should focus. So going back to your offers, find which offer you need to be focused on marketing the most in 2026. Then in your marketing, make sure you're actually marketing that 80% of the time. It's easy for our brain to be like, oh, well, I've been talking about this too much, so I'm going to start marketing all these other things, right? No. Nope, we're going to keep things simple. 80% of the time, you're marketing that one offer or maybe two offers that are bringing in the most amount of revenue. Get repetitive. That is how you build a business, and that is also how you scale. That is how you build awareness for your offer. There's so much power in that. Now, when it comes to your customers, again, you're gonna start reaching out to those customers, your top 20% customers, not to say that they're more valuable or more special or whatever, not to say the case whatsoever. I love all of my customers, but those ones specifically, I know that they are repeat purchasers for me and that they're going to most likely be willing to spend more money. I'm going to present them with a unique offering. So going through all these different areas of your business, applying the 80-20 rule, it's going to help you simplify. It's going to help you to cut out all the fluff and know exactly what you need to be focusing on in all these different areas of your business. I hope that you go out and apply this simple strategy because it is seriously so powerful.